Have you ever wondered why after thousands of years Jews and Arabs are still locked in conflict? Where did it all begin? And why does it seem like the wounds of the past never truly heal? Today we're peeling back the layers of history, not just political history but biblical history, to uncover the ancient story that set two great nations on a path of struggle, pain, and destiny. This is not just a story of war, it's a story of promises, of brothers divided, of divine plans that continue to echo through the ages. Stay with us, because what you'll discover today will open your eyes to the deeper spiritual battle and the incredible hope that God still offers to all his children. Ishmael, the firstborn of Abraham and Hagar, stands as a vital figure in the deep story of both Judeo-Christian and Islamic traditions. His journey begins in the Old Testament, in the book of Genesis. There, God speaks directly to Abraham, declaring an eternal promise: "I will make you into a great nation. I will bless you. I will make your name great, and you will be a blessing." It was a promise that shaped not just Abraham's future, but the course of generations to come. Picture the moment. Abraham and Sarah advanced in years, carrying the heavy burden of waiting. Sarah, barren since youth, faced what seemed an impossible reality. As time dragged on, their hearts wrestled with doubt. Would God truly deliver on his promise? How could he when nature itself stood in the way? In a moment of desperation, Sarah offers her own solution. She urges Abraham to take Hagar, her servant, as a concubine, to bear the child they so longed for. It was a decision born from impatience, a human attempt to hurry the plans of God. At that time, life was nomadic. Family lineage and inheritance were everything. It wasn't unusual for a servant to bear children on behalf of a barren wife. But Abraham and Sarah's decision, though culturally acceptable, carried painful consequences. Sarah's impatience grew into resentment. Tension boiled over. In a fit of anger, she threatened Hagar's life. Afraid and alone, Hagar fled into the wilderness, seeking refuge from the storm of human failure. And it was there, in the barren desert, that hope appeared. An angel of the Lord found Hagar, offering a message of comfort and a prophecy. The child within her would be named Ishmael. God has heard, the name would mean. In Hagar's darkest moment, God not only heard her cries, he answered them. This encounter revealed a powerful truth. Even when our lives are marked by mistakes, God's plans still move forward, and his mercy still reaches out to us. Strengthened by the angel's words, Hagar returns to Abraham's household. Her return marks more than a physical journey. It's a step back into the unfolding story of God's purpose. Back home, Hagar finds love waiting. Abraham, full of compassion for his firstborn, embraces Ishmael openly. There is no shame, no hiding. Abraham's affection for Ishmael shines brightly, a reflection of the divine promise that still hovered over their lives. Abraham's love for his son is so deep that he cries out to God, pleading for a blessing over Ishmael. And God, in his endless mercy, responds. In Genesis, God says, "Indeed, Sarah, your wife, will bear you a son, and you shall call his name Isaac. I will establish my covenant with him as an everlasting covenant. As for Ishmael, I have heard you. I have blessed him, and I will make him fruitful and multiply him greatly. He will father 12 princes, and I will make him into a great nation." Even as God establishes a special covenant with Isaac, he does not forget Ishmael. His promises remain steadfast. His plans unfold, even when we cannot see the full picture. Yet the story takes another unexpected turn. God declares that Sarah, though old and barren, will indeed bear a son. Hearing this, Sarah laughs within herself, an echo of disbelief after decades of waiting and heartbreak. Sensing her laughter, God gently asks, "Why did Sarah laugh? It's a question not of anger but of love, an invitation to move from doubt into faith. And just as he promised, Sarah conceives and gives birth to a son. They name him Isaac, meaning laughter, a living reminder that what once seemed impossible became a source of overwhelming joy. But not all is well in the household. As Isaac grows, tensions rise. Sarah, still wounded by the past, cannot bear to see Ishmael standing alongside her son. In a painful decision, she demands that Abraham send Hagar and Ishmael away. And so, once again, Hagar and her son are cast into the wilderness, this time facing the brutal loneliness of the desert with no clear future in sight. The Bible paints a heart-wrenching picture of Hagar's agony as she watches her beloved son, Ishmael, suffer in the brutal heat of the desert. Their situation grows desperate. The water runs out. Death from thirst looms over them like a heavy shadow. Unable to bear the sight of her son dying, Hagar places Ishmael under the shade of a bush, steps away, and weeps bitterly, her heart shattered, her hope slipping away. But just when despair seems to have the final word, God steps in. From heaven, the voice of an angel calls out to Hagar, "What troubles you, Hagar? Do not be afraid." The angel speaks words of comfort, assuring her that God has heard Ishmael's cries. In that moment of divine mercy, God opens Hagar's eyes, and right before her is a well of water, a miraculous spring of life. Rushing to it, Hagar fills her vessel and gives water to her son, reviving him from the brink of death. This well, hidden until God's perfect timing, becomes a symbol of his unfailing provision, a reminder that even in the driest deserts of life, God sees, hears, and provides. This powerful moment reveals a truth that echoes through the ages. God meets us in our wilderness. He turns hopelessness into hope. He transforms near death into new beginnings. From that day forward, the lives of Hagar and Ishmael flourish under God's care. Ishmael grows strong in the wilderness of Paran, becoming a skilled hunter and a master with the bow and arrow. The same desert that once threatened his life now sharpens his strength. Guided by Hagar's love and wisdom, Ishmael's life bridges cultures. His mother arranges a marriage for him with a woman from Egypt, weaving together the destinies of different peoples. Scripture tells us that Ishmael became the father of 12 sons, leaders of great tribes, ancestors to many Arab nations. Throughout Ishmael's journey, God's blessing never left him. The wilderness shaped him, but God's promise sustained him. On Isaac's side, we see the beautiful fulfillment of God's divine promise to Abraham and Sarah. Despite their old age and the long years of waiting, Isaac is born, the child of the covenant, the living proof that nothing is impossible with God. Isaac's story shines as a testament to faith and divine faithfulness. He marries Rebekah, and together they become the parents of twin sons, Esau and Jacob. Jacob, later renamed Israel, becomes the chosen heir of the covenant, the father of the 12 tribes of Israel. Through Jacob, God's promises are renewed and expanded, building the foundation for the nation of Israel and setting the stage for the coming of Jesus Christ, the Messiah. But the story doesn't stop with Isaac alone. The Bible also reveals the surprising threads of connection between the descendants of Ishmael and Isaac, half-brothers whose lives remained intertwined. One powerful example is Esau, Isaac's son, who marries Mahalath, the daughter of Ishmael, bridging the two family lines through marriage and reminding us that God's plans weave deeper than human divisions. Later, in a profound moment of unity and honor, Ishmael and Isaac come together once more to bury their father, Abraham, in the cave of Machpelah. Here we witness reconciliation, the overcoming of old tensions in the sacred duty of honoring a father's life. love and respect triumph over separation, and the family bond is preserved. As for Ishmael's own journey, the Bible records that he lived for 137 years before he passed away, joining his ancestors. Though the details of his death are not given, Scripture honors the completion of his life, showing that God's promises to Ishmael were fulfilled, just as he had spoken. The name Ishmaelite lives on, not just as a reference to one man, but to an entire lineage. His descendants, often nomadic peoples across the deserts near the Arabian Peninsula, carried forward the legacy God had promised. Their story continues, woven into the larger story of God's unfolding plan for humanity. As we've seen, the conflict between Jews and Arabs isn't just political, it's ancient, rooted in the lives of two brothers, Ishmael and Isaac. But even though division was sown so long ago, God's promises were never forgotten. He blessed both lineages, and his heart still beats with love for every nation, every people, every soul. The wars of men may rage on, but the purposes of God march forward, unshaken. And his ultimate plan, a day when swords will be beaten into plowshares, when peace will cover the earth like the waters cover the sea. Until that day, we are called to be people of hope, truth, and reconciliation, trusting in the promises of the one who holds history, nations, and hearts in his mighty hands. Thank you for watching. If this message stirred something in your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more powerful biblical truths that will strengthen your faith and fill your soul with hope unshaken.